Welcome to Parev TV. On March the 27th, 2014, filmmaker, screenwriter, photojournalist Eric Nazarian visited New Jersey and presented his film Bolis at the Abajan Hall of St. Leon Armenian Church in Fair Lawn, New Jersey. The evening began with a selection of some colorful and inspirational dances performed by the youth of the Hamaskain, New Jersey Dance Ensemble. The dances echoed a message of pride and commitment to Armenian causes, and we do have a lot to be proud of as we greet the commemoration of the centennial of the Armenian Genocide. In his introductory remarks to his film Bolis, Eric Nazarian spoke about the effect images, photographs, films have on individuals, and he stressed the importance of producing many more films and documentaries. His film Bolis tells the story of an Armenian oud musician returning to Istanbul to find his grandfather's oud shop and a family heirloom that disappeared during the Armenian Genocide. Bolis became the first film in the history of Turkish cinema to be made by a diaspora Armenian to use the word genocide.
This street was famous for the music makers. My husband said that an Armenian was making...
It was du jour, and they turned her film book into a film. They casted her to play her own horror, reliving, and basically...
Following the presentation, we met with Eric Nazarian, and we share with you a segment of an interview we had with him. What inspired you?
My father really was the biggest inspiration of my life, just to be a filmmaker, because he was incredibly supportive of the arts. He really fanned the flames and said, find out what you're most passionate about and go with it madly, and I will support you. And he loved movies, and he kind of introduced me to movies, but said no obligation. Like, if you want to be a carpenter, if you want to be an architect, whatever you want to do, be passionate about it. And that really was the biggest lesson for me, just not as a filmmaker, but just hopefully as a man and somebody that, will one day start a family, to do the same thing with my children. And I try to encourage the community as much as possible to encourage the arts. It's not just a hobby, it's a life force.
How much energy do you have in you to realize Sandcastle Girls?
I hope I have enough energy. I mean, it's a passion project.
Is it realistic to expect
absolutely,
something?
Absolutely. I mean, look, movies take time, and the good ones need to be done with the precision of an architect, with the precision of a micro-miniatures. And Chris Bojalin is my brother, and I love him to death. He's made a phenomenal book, and he's blessed me with the gift to be able to realize this as my own film, and he genuinely has such passion for this project, and it's moving forward, and we're going to make it. And the most important thing is that it becomes a great film that does justice to the magnitude of the genocide, but more importantly, it tells the story of how love and survival is possible in the most chaotic, insane, and unimaginable circumstances. That's very, very important to the fabric and the soul of this film.
What will Eric like to see for the centennial of the genocide?
What would I like to see? What I'd like to see, unfortunately, is not a reality.
Well, what is the unreal aspect of what you like to see?
I think, the acknowledgement of the genocide, I think the apology, I think learning how to build more meaningful dialogue between the Armenians that were forced to leave our ancestral homeland and the modern-day republic. I would like to see a sincere effort to create that bond and that bridge, and we're doing it with cinema. I'm doing it in Armenia and in Turkey. My colleagues are doing it. I've got some remarkable Armenian and Kurdish and Turkish colleagues who are helping me, and we're helping each other to build bridges through cinema, but to do it meaningfully, because I don't censor myself. I speak my mind wherever I go, and that's the way it should be. because we Armenians have nothing to apologize for or justify. We went through hell in the first genocide of the 20th century, and that needs to be respected and acknowledged. And we have to do it in a way where we give voice, but also show the deeper compassion that we have as human beings.
Eric, հայերենով վերջին հարցումս այն է, որ մենք ամեն ցայնի շուտ գերևինք, քեվոր կեմինի ոսածես, քեվոր եւ ամեն անցիմը նման ծերդման ասպարեզ սինեմատոգրաֆիմը շուտ հավատան կուզենք հավատալ, որ հրաշք մկործե, ինչ է ծեր երազը։
Իմ երազը կարողանալ սրտիս փապակը սինեմայի հորս փապակը մեծ մայրինս, մեծ հայրինս, հորքուրինս, հորեղբայրինս, այդքան քաջալերանք, այդքան սերը, այդքան բադիվ, այդքան ոգևորումը, որ ինձ նվիրել են մանկությունեն, լրացնեմ եւ ծառայեմ մարդկության, ոչ թե միայն իմ ազգին, մարդկության, իմ ազգի պատմությունը մարդկային ցայնով ասեմ։